You know what I was thinking about, ladies and gentlemen, in the black community, the majority of black people say that they're Christian. And we know saying that you're Christian and everything with Christianity and how it was fed to us even during slavery taught us to be docile, taught us to, we'll have a better life in the sweet by and by. We need to turn the other cheek. But I thought, what if the majority of black Americans was Islamic? Because when you look at Islam, they don't believe in all that turn the other cheek. They believe in the law of retaliation. They believe in keeping their family structure real tight and together. Like if you look into like the principles of Islam, they have a very, very strict code about family and sticking together and whatever. I think if I had a choice to say what religion all black Americans would be, I say black Americans should have been Islam.
I'm not gay no more. I am delivered. I don't like men no more. I said I like women. Women. I said women. I'm not gay. I would not date a man. I would not carry a purse. I would not put on makeup. I will love a woman. Now listen, y'all praise God with him.
Men are taught that they have to make women happy. The fact of the matter is, you can't make anybody happy. You have to make yourself happy. Happiness is a byproduct of achievement. So for women to say that they're unhappy, it's their own fault. Anybody who says he's unhappy, it's his own fault. Everybody has to make himself or herself happy.
You're giving me such a bloody headache. Yeah, I mean, where are you from? Where are you from? Dear Lord, I would never in a million years teach my girls that they have to grow up to be reliant on a man, as you can well imagine. I would never teach my son that he should be attracted.
But Tracy, you're the same one. You're the same one who brags that she's so strong and so tough and doesn't need a man's money. Yet you're taking alimony.
City boy, city boy. Got him.
That's why he's the GOAT! The GOAT!
These Negroes aren't asking for no nation. They're trying to crawl back on the plantation. A revolution is bloody. Revolution is hostile. Revolution knows no compromise. Revolution overturns and destroys everything that gets in its way. And you sitting around here like a knot on the wall saying, I'm going to love these folks no matter how much they hate me. No, you need a revolution.
Salaam Alaikum. Mr. Moderator, our distinguished guests, brothers and sisters, our friends and our enemies.
Bismillah, wa salatu wa salam wa rasulullah wa ba'd. In the name of Allah, may the peace and blessings of Allah be upon his last and final messenger. As to what follows, family, friends, foes, haters, and hatettes, welcome back to the Feachaz. I greet you all in peace and love with no hatred in my heart. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So before we begin, please like, please subscribe, and please share. As you know, we got a lot of haters up in here. And why are we doing this topic today? Why are we coming back to this topic? And as a matter of fact, this right here, this topic today is actually the divorce papers between the new Black Muslim media and your YouTubian Da'i elites. Make no mistake, just because we are small, it doesn't mean that they do not pay attention. They are paying attention very well. And you can tell by the way that they speak that they are paying attention. You can tell by the way that they react, they're paying attention. And we are putting them on notice today. Remember, yesterday we talked about a situation with a UFC fighter, okay? The whatchamacallit? Why am I forgetting his name? Anyways, the UFC fighter who became Muslim. Somebody put his name in the chat. What was it? The Motown Phenom, sorry. Motown Phenom. Yes, how he became Muslim, and none of your YouTubian Da'i elites covered that. None of them. We've been telling you for years that your YouTubian Da'i elites are very fine on supporting racism. Kevin Lee became Muslim 4 months ago. He announced his Islam 5 days ago. And not a single one of your YouTubian Da'i elites covered that. Well, today, we got something special for you. So I want to say, first of all, Walaikum salam rahmatullahi wa barakatuh to Sister Tika. Hayakum Allah. We want to say Walaikum salam rahmatullahi wa barakatuh to Sister Fatima. We want to say Walaikum salam rahmatullahi wa barakatuh to Earthly Nomad. And let's get into this. Listen here, family. Look at here. There is only one human being that deserves unconditional blind support, and that's the Prophet ﷺ. Okay? See, Fatima, she's saying that I had the notification bell on and I didn't get the notification. Yeah, that's the story of our life here in the Black Grassroots. So go and share now. Go into your WhatsApp, share now. If you have to share in your Instagram, share it now. If you can share it in your Facebook, share it now. You know very well, very, very well, okay, how we have been suppressed here on your Black Muslim Grassroots channel. How many strikes has this channel gotten? And from Muslims, mind you. So make sure you share, okay? But the only person that deserves your unconditional support is the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, right? Everyone else's support is measured based upon the closeness that they have in following, emulating, and sticking to exactly what the Prophet ﷺ came with. Y'all hearing me? There are certain factions within Islam, people who are calling themselves Muslims, who spend their time and their efforts refuting what the Prophet ﷺ actually came with rhetoric and nice sounding speech and articulates. But their only job is to push something that isn't Islam and package it and wrap it with Islamic sounding words. Like a Trojan horse. So these Muslim sounding people, because they have agendas, they don't speak with the Quran. They don't speak with the Sunnah, but rather they find ways and routes to surpass and bypass the Quran and the Sunnah and call it Quran and Sunnah, and has nothing to do with Quran and Sunnah. So family, I recognize Me, myself, I'm not everybody's cup of tea, right? It's obvious, right? But one thing you will never find me doing is saying something is Islamic when it's not. You will never, ever, ever find me doing that, okay? You will never find me pigeonholing ideas and philosophies from our open enemies, mind you. Our open enemies, not the hidden, behind the shadows enemies that only Allah knows that these people are enemies, but we don't know. We are talking about our open enemies. You got me? You will never find me holding up to these ideas and saying that we must work with our open enemies to fight our other open enemies. We don't do that here. In our time, in our age, there is a science to achieve the unconditional support for even the most hostile elements within the Muslim community. And you find these 20 and 30-year-olds who are starstruck by your YouTubian idols. And these people, as we put it time and time again, these are the actual Ruwaybidah. They are attempting to mix actual kufr, not suspected kufr, actual kufr, with Islam and call it Islam. When you start putting that much trust into a man who is not the Prophet ﷺ, you are setting yourself up for failure. And you're setting yourself up for disappointment for both this life and the hereafter. And if it don't come in this life, it will definitely come in the hereafter. There are too many hadith about this. Too many. The callers to the hellfire. They share your names, share your languages, share your masajid, but they are callers to the hellfire. Y'all hearing me? We have never, ever advised you to take your religion from your YouTubian dawah elites. And we openly say that any human being that does this is an idiot and is playing with fire, literal hellfire with their religion. We have always said, stick closely to the ulama, stick closely to the scholars, especially those ulama who are past, who are dead and gone, because you know exactly what they died upon. But when you start taking your religion from these nefarious elements, who knows, only Allah knows where they came from. Only Allah knows. And they are making it so simple and so easy through influence to warp the minds of hundreds and thousands of Muslims by bypassing the Quran and bypassing the Sunnah, bypassing actual talab al-ilm, seeking knowledge, bypassing learning the Arabic language, bypassing, sitting with an alim. Let's bypass all of that and debate people. Let's debate. Let's debate everybody. You know the Salaf? They would say that debating is what causes the religion to be weakened. Because in Islam, you're not supposed to debate. In Islam, you're supposed to look at the evidence and follow it. Ain't nothing about Islam about no debate. Okay? Debating has its place. But now the whole bucket is upside down. The bucket is upside down. Where teaching and propagation is supposed to be in that bucket, learning Quran, learning Hadith, and then spreading it, that's upside down now. Now, what you have is debating. And debating becomes Islam. And the minds of the youth are incredibly warped because of your YouTubian da'i elites. So again, why are we talking about this today? We, at the new Black Muslim media, understand very well that even among us, Black folk, Black Muslims, we're not always going to agree, correct? This is a fact of life. But we stress time and time and time again, especially for Black people, that we need to learn how to disagree and how to stay on code. And we need to have mercy with each other because no one else on this planet has mercy for you. No one else. We need to have brotherhood amongst each other because our enemies have mastered the art of destroying brotherhood, destroying our families, destroying our sense of self-worth, and making sure that Black folk are always at odds with each other. We need to do business with each other and support each other financially, educationally, socially, because our enemies have always climbed on our backs to enrich themselves and have invited foreigners in our communities. Y'all hearing me? They invite foreigners in our communities after they have climbed and stepped on our backs and our necks to enrich themselves and continue to do so. They invite foreigners to do the same. So we need to work with each other. We need to do business with each other. We need to support each other. And we need to have mercy with each other. We are the mammies of the planet. We give the milk, the life-giving milk that is supposed to be for our children to the children of our enemies throughout the entire planet so that they can come and grow big and strong and have the nerve and the audacity and the strength when they are able to speak, they can call us nigger. This is our situation. So we might not agree with each other on everything, but we should learn to disagree. We should learn that not everything is an argument. We should learn to have mercy for each other, correct? We should learn that. And at the same time, we should also know that there are certain things that we will just never tolerate. Never. But not just with us, because with us, we know how to be intolerant with each other. But we tolerate a hell of a lot from not only our open enemies, but those people who pretend to be your brothers and sisters in Islam. Now, the YouTubian elites have decided for the last, I want to say, at least 1 or 2 years or so, to openly profit off of your pain. And they are brazen about it. Absolutely brazen. You know why they're brazen? Nobody's saying anything about it except us. Except us. Right now, as we speak, do you know what the Muslim skeptic is doing? Who knows? Who knows what the Muslim skeptic is doing right now as we speak? Do you know? Yes or no? Just put it in the chat, please. Put it in the chat. Somebody put in the chat. Who knows what the Muslim skeptic is doing right now? Nobody knows? Do you know that Daniel Hakichu is doing a live with another white supremacist? He's doing a debate with another white supremacist named Dr. J.F. Gorapi. I can't pronounce his last name. The doctor. And you know he can't put white nationalist on that title. He just put nationalist. Why can't he put white nationalist? Because he knows he will get that very righteous and holy and godly work from the black grassroots. He knows that. So he has to put nationalist. This man, Dr. J.F. Garapi, literally believes that white people are superior to every other race on the planet. He writes papers about this stuff. He's a very, very smart guy, academic, very smart. But some of your most wicked white supremacists were the most intelligent people. You know, Iblis was alive for how many eons before Allah created Adam, correct? He was alive for many, many eons before Allah created Adam. Iblis was working hard to try to get close and raise his ranks, getting closer to Allah. And then when Allah announced that he's going to put a Khalifa on the earth, Iblis got excited. So what did he do? He gathered his party of jinn to slaughter his own people, the ones who were unrighteous, who fought in wars, made so much worship and ibadah. Okay? But he wants to be the man. He wants to be the leader of the earth. Right? He wants to rule the earth. That's why he's doing all this. And he knows that Allah can make that happen to it. Because when Allah announced he's going to put a Khalifa on the earth, he's thinking that he can become the Khalifa. Iblis. So he does all this stuff, shedding blood, losing sleep, praying, all this kind of stuff. And Allah keeps telling him, come closer, draw near, draw near, draw near, draw near, all the time. Until he's high up into the levels of the angels themselves. Then all of a sudden, Allah, he created what? Who did he create? Who did Allah create? He created Adam, correct? He created Adam. Caused Iblis to see Adam. Iblis is like, what is this? I'm working hard for this Khalifa job. What is this? Right? Adam, his shell is sitting there for as long as Allah wills. So you can imagine now. Iblis is just watching this black thing made out of mud, just a shell. He's watching it now. And he's still working, but he's thinking, nah, this can't be the new Khalifa. That can't be it. Look at all the stuff I've done. Look at all the stuff I did. Iblis goes inside Adam, outside, inspects him. Just a shell. Then finally, after however time, Allah had Iblis, doing this. Allah blows life into Adam. Right? He blows life into Adam. Then he commands the angels to bow down to who? Adam. Right? I want you to think about this now. All the angels bow down except for Iblis. And Iblis, he wasn't an angel, he's from the jinn, correct? He's from the jinn. Iblis did not become a devil until when? When he was asked, why have you not bowed down to Adam? And then Iblis, out of his own mouth, said, I'm better than him. You created him from this black mud, and I was made from fire. I am better than him. This is like every single white supremacist and Arab supremacist on earth. That is their mentality. It is no different. You get it? They look at you, little black things. They think about all their accomplishments and their wealth. And every single white supremacist and and Arab supremacist, they all think exactly like Iblis. I am better than you. And they will say it. What have you accomplished, Negro? What have you done? Every accomplishment in civilization was done. Any significant accomplishment, anyways, was done by us white folk. All the wealth and energy, the world's energy, comes from us Arabs. Not to mention the Quran in the Arabic language. What have you done? It is a mercy for you to be our slaves. These are the people that the Muslim skeptic, Daniel Hakikichu, wants the Muslims to unite with. And every single follower of Daniel Hakikachu, all of them without exception, they will tell you and they will give you the thumbs up for working with white supremacy. All of them. They'll sign off on it. They won't say make dawah to the white supremacists so that they become Muslims. No, every last one of them will tell you that we need to work with these white supremacists so that we can get rid of liberalism. This is the Trojan horse we were talking about. This is why we were mentioning what we were mentioning. Can you imagine the black grassroots saying that we got to work with the Liberal Party or the Conservative Party in order to get our own whatever, right? We have to do that. Can you imagine us saying that? They are telling you, forget you Negroes. You're not good enough. Forget you. We need to work with this. But not only that, I want to draw your attention to something that Muhammad Hijab said, and we were the ones who put him on blast for that. Remember this?
And I don't mean you personally, but you know, we can say things like, well, the West is not bearing sufficient responsibility for its colonial past. And so at some level, that kind of devolves down to the individual. It's
so
like,
let me kind of rephrase it then. I think that's more of a left-wing criticism. It's like, these reparations and affirmative action programs. I'm not advocating any of that, and nor do I even believe in any of that, to be honest with you.
Nor me.
Yeah. So what I was putting as an alternative to that is this.
Told you. That. Y'all remember that, right? He said reparations was a leftist criticism, correct? He said that. Let me show you what Muhammad Hijab said to Daniel Hakikachu directly. Y'all ready? Y'all ain't ready for this. You're not ready. Y'all ready? Let me show you.
And on the far left of it, you have Yaqeen and this, which are more like, appeasement to, liberalism or feministic people or proponents or elements. And the middle of it, you have, I would put you somewhere in the middle, but maybe not on the right. Before you were more on the right, now you're here.
Why you always lying?
Did y'all catch that? Did y'all catch that? What did he say about Daniel Hakikachu? Did y'all catch that? So now Daniel Hakikachu, again, see, here's the thing with Muslims, right? Especially Muslims from the East. Especially for Muslims from the East, they love themselves some zaddy. They love themselves some white folk. And they are very willing to make sure that you black folk don't get in the way with them trying to oil down and grease up some zaddy skin. Y'all hear me? They will do anything to get into close proximity to Zaddy. Y'all hearing me? These guys, they won't call Daniel Hikikichu a racist. They won't do it. We're the only ones who said it. So we're saying, fine, fine. You don't want to call him a racist. No problem. Don't call him a racist. Will you call him a white supremacist sympathizer? They won't say that. Fine, fine. You won't call him a white supremacist sympathizer. Will you say that at least that he is alt-right? They won't even say that. They won't even say that Daniel Hikikichu is alt-right. But you know what these bones and biscuits will say? They will say Daniel Hikikichu is Carnegie. He's Carnegie. That's what they will say. So forget all of this, that what we're witnessing right now, as we speak, that he invited a white supremacist again to his channel to have a bromance. But you have people like this running defense for him.
And on the far left of it, you have Yaqeen. And on the far left of it, you have Yaqeen and this, which are more like, whatever, like, appeasement to, liberalism or feministic people or proponents or elements. And the middle of it, you have, I would put you somewhere in the middle, but maybe not on the right. Before you were more on the right, now you're here.
Oh my God.
They will defend him. Did not, whatchamacallit, Uthman bin Farouk, Sheikh Uthman, did he defend Daniel? Yes or no? Put it in the chat. Did Kareem Abu Zayd defend him? Yes or no? Put it in the chat. I want to see it in the chat. I want to see yeses or nos in the chat. Did not Sheikh Abu Osama al-Dhahabi give the most brazen and embarrassing tazkiyah for Daniel Hikikichu? Yes or no? Put in the chat. Somebody share this live. 2 solid years. 2 solid years. Sajid had this white supremacist enthusiast coming to his channel. He didn't call him a racist, not once. But the second, some Somali chick that nobody knows asked the question, are you black first or are you Muslim first? She's the racist. Did not also, when your YouTubian Dai elites came to the defense of this Nazi enthusiast, and they had the nerve to call Dr. Khalid Green a house Muslim, who came and called these people racist? Was it not Sajid? Was it not Sajid? Where is Sajid now that Daniel now is bringing a white supremacist on his channel to have a debate? I want to know, did they not support him, yes or no? Who was your voice through all of that? Put it in the chat. Who came to your defense throughout all of that? Put it in the chat. These people out here lying for him. Lying. You don't want to call him a racist. You don't want to call him a white supremacist enthusiast. You don't want to call him a you don't even want to call him an alt-right. You out here talking crazy. Talking crazy, saying this stuff.
And on the far left of it, you have Yaqeen and this, which are more like, appeasement to, liberalism or feministic people or proponents or elements. And the middle of it, you have, I would put you somewhere in the middle, but maybe not on the right. Before you were more on the right, now you're here.
Why you always lying?
Where are you now? I hope one day I can get Louis Farrakhan on this channel. I hope I can give him an interview one day. I hope. I would love to see what these bones and biscuits would. I wish a biscuit would. As a matter of fact, we should start something. Farrakhan Fridays. Why not? Let's do Farrakhan Fridays. Y'all ready for Farrakhan Fridays? The best clips from Louis Farrakhan from the 80s and 90s. Let's do that, shall we? And call it Muhammad Mondays. Let's do Call it Muhammad Mondays. Shall we do Call Muhammad Mondays and Farrakhan Fridays, shall we? What do y'all think about that idea? Can you imagine? These are the people that are calling us racist. Us! Can you imagine? And as I said before, I made sure to get a screenshot of this just to show you there's no cap involved. I really wish a biscuit would. I'm going to show y'all. Y'all ready? I had to take a screenshot. This was maybe like a couple of hours ago. Just to show you this ain't cap. Look what Daniel Kiju's followers are saying, okay? I'm going to read it for y'all, okay? So me, of course, I'm just, busting blanks in the air for Daniel, right? Letting him know, yeah, we watching. Don't worry. We're gonna catch this. We are going to catch this. You're going to get this work. So anyways, I said, what do we have here? This dude, Shampoo, or girl, I don't know who it is. We have a debate on whether religion or nationalism is better to lead countries, right? Just the way that they responded at first, they might have heard about me because this is like a weird way to respond. This is such a weird way to respond. You know what I mean? But anyways, But they said we have a debate on whether religion or national is better to lead countries. I said, still loving up greasy white supremacists and calling them debates. And then the shampoo writes, any positive aspect that nationalism has is present in Islam in a better way without racism. Are you catching this? I'm going to repeat that just in case you didn't get it. Okay? This person legit said, any positive aspect that nationalism has is present in Islam without racism. What nationalism are we talking about? Put in the chat. What nationalism? They just put nationalism, but what nationalism exactly are we talking about? See, y'all are confused, right? Y'all are confused. Yes. Oh, you should be confused. You should be confused. But this is what we're dealing with here. What nationalism are we talking about that is without racism? Daniel Kikachu is talking to a white nationalist. He's talking to a white nationalist. And he's saying, this person, Shampoo, saying that white nationalism can be positive without racism. Can you believe that? Can you believe that? This is what Daniel Kikachu is cultivating on the Muslims. Hundreds of thousands of Muslims just like this. And who's helping him? Your YouTubian Da'i elites. Share this live. Share. But wait, there's more. I respond, let me guess. We need to work together with them to fight liberalism. And I put like Black Santa Claus, right? The type of white supremacy, that type of white supremacy. The sanitized style without racism. I get it. I have the emoji with my face palm. Can you imagine? White supremacists don't say white supremacy anymore. They call it white nationalism. Why? Because it's palatable. They're not trying to be superior to the other races. They just want their own white ethno-state. What is Canada? What is America? What is Brazil? What is Argentina? What is Colombia? You've got to be kidding me. What is even South Africa? Okay. They're not white ethno-states. They were not built for the wealth and betterment of white people to the detriment of black people and the native populations. And not so much so that they wrote in their own constitutions that we are building these countries for the betterment of white people. They didn't write this. This is not history. Did not John A. Macdonald, the very first Prime Minister of Canada, did he not write that Canada is built for the betterment and the improvement of the Aryan race? He didn't write that? Supreme Court, U.S. Dred Scott case. The Supreme Court did not say there are no rights a white man has to respect with regards to black people? They didn't say that. What is you talking about? This is why these Khariji types, it's very easy for them to align themselves with white supremacists, white nationalists, and alt-righters. It's very easy for them. Because they love violence like they love violence. Look what's happening in Brazil today. Did not in Brazil have a carbon copy? They had their January 6th. On January 9th, did they not have their January 6th and January 9th? These are the people that Daniel Hagitra wants to align themselves with. These people. Who are your alt-right governments of today? Far alt-right governments. India, Brazil, Italy, soon to be Britain, soon to be Canada. And whatchamacallit? Israel. Israel right now is the poster child of an alt-right government. These are the people they're aligning themselves with. How many years did Daniel Kikuchu push Jordan Peterson, who has always been pro-Zionism? Always. He was the one who initially invited Muslims to start watching Jordan Peterson. It was him. If Jordan Peterson never said that advice to Muslims, he would still be pushing him. Regardless if he went to Al-Aqsa, regardless if he interviewed Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, president or whatever, you'd still be pushing him. Look what that alt-right government in India is doing to the Muslims there. Look what they're doing to the Muslims there. Alt-right government. These are the people that he's aligning himself with. And keep in mind that Hindus are white supremacists too, more so than white people, because it's their religion. Okay, they're the original white supremacists. They have a caste system. They are the ones who taught the world caste system. The darker you are, you have to, be clean our bathrooms and toilets and stuff. And the lighter you are, you get to run everything. Up until this very day, you can be the most intelligent darky in India and never get a job because you're dark. They don't want that stuff. Sound familiar? Does any of this sound familiar? So anyway, let's continue reading this. Look what Shampoo says. Okay, I don't know who Shampoo is, right? And you all know me. I don't read comments or discussion with people. But I'm just doing this to let you know what this dude's followers are thinking, how they think, right? And let you know it's not cap. They're all like this, okay? I don't think so, LOL. Partnering up with, listen what he said. Listen, you're not going to believe what he said, okay? Listen. I don't think so. LOL, partnering up with far right loonies does more harm than good. Can you can you believe this guy is getting, or girl, whoever it is getting ready to watch a debate with Daniel Hikikuchu and what's this guy's name again? I can't even remember his name. Let me find his name. Something rapist or something. It's a doctor, whatever. Anyways, he's getting ready to, or she's getting ready to watch the debate, and they're telling me, I don't think so. LOL, partnering up with far right loonies does more harm than good. Can you believe that? This again, it kind of shows me that this person probably knows who I am. Maybe they know who I am. Because do you know who you're watching right now? Like what? Like what? Do you really know who you're watching right now? So I'm about to bounce, right? Right. So I put, well, good luck, Chuck. Don't let the zaddy excite you too much. Right. And then I said, now that's comedy. You're getting excited to watch the very thing that you're saying you're not partnering up with. The irony. He's saying partnering up with far-right loonies does more harm than good. Who are you watching? Gotta be a far-right loony. Two of them, mind you. Two far-right loonies. They're not in that debate that ain't no far-right loonies. Then I'm about to go. See ya, wouldn't want to be you. See ya, wouldn't want to be you. Right? That's it. Yeah, that's what I said. I said that people in our time are incredibly stupid and impressionable and gullible. And if you put somebody in front of a screen and you market this person enough, they will believe anything that they say. Can you imagine? This is what I said. This is why I said these guys will sign. This person, Shampoo, is openly signing off on working with white nationalism. And not only that, is somehow oblivious to the fact that the alt-right loonies he's trying to avoid, he's actually praising them and watching them right now. Can you imagine that? So we, the new black Muslim media, we are not shy to say that the only thing that your YouTubian Dawa elites can get from us is work. We're not even comfortable giving them salams like that, bro. We're not even comfortable, we're definitely not calling them our brothers. These people, they think that you black people are foolish and idiotic. And so they say anything thinking that you are like their 20 and 30-year-old followers and fan base. They think you are like that. you have to be very clear that you are not that. Very clear. All the tools that you need to give them that work are on this channel. All of them. They watch this stuff. Believe me, they watch it. How do you know, Bilal? Do you remember a few months ago when Daniel put out this clip? If Daniel's alt-right, prove it. And then we did that live the same day that he put out the clip. And we put out all kinds of new stuff that we found that day to prove that he's alt-right. And we said the templates and everything. We said you just have to go to his Telegram. He's not hiding it. His whole social media platform is a funnel, and he funnels all his followers from his YouTube channel to his Facebook, to his blog, and then finally his Telegram, where he espouses what he truly believes on his Telegram. Y'all remember that, right? We did that live. We're just pulling stuff out just directly from his Telegram that day. New stuff. Do you know those same brothers going with Daniel? They were supposed to do a live. Is Daniel Hakikachu alt-right? Guess who attended the live? I sure did. And I made sure that they knew I was there. I left a comment and everything. Do you know they did not even address that topic at all? They didn't touch it, not a single second. Not 1 second did they address that topic. And what happened, and I remind you, what happened when all of your so-called Salafi Dawa elites, when they wanted to refute Daniel, where did they get their information from? Where did they get it from? Somebody put it in the chat, please. Somebody in the chat. Because they didn't want to call him they didn't call him an alt-righter. They didn't want to call him a Nazi sympathizer. They didn't want to call him a white nationalist, enthusiast. But they wanted to call him what? What did they want to call him? They wanted to call him a cottage, right? Right? That's what they wanted to call him. Even it's way easier to call him an alt-righter. They didn't do it. Why? Because that would expose them if they did it. You get it? Even your so-called Salafis have alt-right tendencies. So they're not trying to expose themselves. And they had a hard time trying to prove Daniel's a Khariji, didn't they? They had a difficult time doing it. And we were like, why don't you just say that he's an alt-righter? Why don't you just say he's an alt-righter? That's way easier to prove. They didn't want to do it. They did not want to do it. And you know where they were getting all their stuff against him from? Where did we say? Where did we advise the Muslims to go? If you just want to see what he believes, just go here. They went and they pulled it all from his Telegram. Just like we said. Just like we said. We said that. We were the ones who put that out. So yes, they do watch. They can't address us directly. Why? Because we only have, now we have over 1,600, alhamdulillah, subs, right? What's going to happen when this channel gets 10,000 subs? You see why it's important to support the black grassroots? You think they can ignore 10,000 subs? Maybe some of them. What about 50,000? You think they'd ignore that? They can't ignore that. No way. No way. They would have to address it. And they can only address it in two ways. They could either address us directly, and you know what would happen if they do that, or they can call out what we've been calling out to begin with. We are not like them. We're not doing this because we want to be YouTubian that elites. If we wanted that, we could get that. It might be a little late now. It might be a little late now. But if we wanted that, we could have gotten that. We could have just kissed the ring, bow down. We could have done all that. But we are not here for them. We are here for you. Nobody out here is defending you. Nobody. And they won't. But a sub on this channel is a defense for you. A share of these lives and these videos is a defense for you. A like is a defense for you. It's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time. The only reason why they ignore us is because we're small. That's it. We don't need them. This is us telling them we're through. Like what? They keep ignoring us. We will remember that when we get 10,000 subs, 20,000 subs, 30,000 subs, because we didn't do it with you, and we'll continue to grow without you. And we will continue to defend our own people, despite what you say. Can you imagine now if I put this out? And there was like 50,000 subs on this channel or something like that. And I started showing this.
And on the far left of it, you have Yaqeen and this, which are more like, whatever, like, appeasement to, liberalism or feministic people or proponents or elements. And the middle of it, you have, I would put you somewhere in the middle, but maybe not on the right. Before you were more on the right, now you're here.
Oh my God.
That can only go two ways. Because it's impossible. Muhammad Jab won't ignore something like that if he had like 50,000. You get it? Impossible. It only go one of two ways. Either he's going to prove why Daniel's in the middle, or he's going to have to concede that, yes, he made a mistake. It could only be one or the other. But we are the ones who put that out there. Anybody else put that out there? So we are advising you, black folk, to abandon totally these hostile YouTubian Da'i elites. And make sure you support this channel. Subhanaka bihamdik. A shout out at the end. Astaghfirullah to be late. I'd like to thank you for joining me tonight. I'd like to thank everybody who shared the video, who liked, who subscribed. Right? And we will see you again on the next one. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We are the Muslim wing of the black grassroots. Unapologetic, strong, uncompromising voices that have been in the faces of the enemy and those who tap dance for them. The Feachaz is proud to present the archives exclusively on Patreon.